Money doesn't change you, it just turns up the volume of who you already are. Hello and welcome. You are listening to the Lama podcast. I'm Gunjan.
I'm Rajiv.
Rajiv, today I want to talk about FU money. What is FU money? And is there any formula to calculate it?
So for the listeners, can you explain what FU means?
FU means bhaad mein jao. To hell with you.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
explicit word we don't want to use. So FU, yeah. Bhaad mein jao, yes. That's a good Indian Hindi translation, yes.
Yes. So what is and is there any formula to calculate the money? That if that is the amount and uske baad I'm myself, like
You're done.
I'll do
You're
whatever
done
I
with the
want to
world.
do. I'm done with the world.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. It depends on every individual. There was a time, I think when I was like very young, the amount was very different from what it is today. If you ask people like, the celebrities, the politicians, or industrialists, or everybody, I think everybody has their own target in mind. But I think the problem is not the target. The problem is that it is always a moving goalpost.
It's like
So
a
let's say
mirage.
today, let's say today, if I think that $1 million is enough, right? Or in India, I don't know, 10 crore, whatever. Every currency, every country different. The moment I'm approaching $1 million, I will say, no, no, no. I think I have not taken into account the inflation. I have not taken into account this and all that. But I have not taken into account that, I used to travel, economy class. Now I want to travel business class. I'm getting older, or, I want to do 5-star vacations versus. So the goalposts keep changing. So that is why never enough. And competition.
Yes.
My friend has so much, I have to have so much.
Yes. The bigger question is that how does money changes one person, or is it just a magnifying glass that now you are looking bigger
You are
and
free to be who you
who
really
you
are.
are, who you are.
Yes. And most of the people turn out to be shit.
Yes, that is also true. That is also true. But yes, is it just related to money, Rajiv, or does it also is it also associated with power? Like if I talk about money, we all know the story of Elon Musk or Trump or Steve Jobs. But I want to go back in history. If we talk about Alexander the Great or King Louis from France, immense power. They had almost all the territories, but it never stopped. It was that urge of having that power. So is it just money or is it the power that people crave or they want? How does it work? I just want to understand the difference between that money part, power part, and where you are at a position where you can be. Even if someone calls you Hitler, you'll be like, "Bhaan mein jao." It's
So, let's talk about a couple of things, right? Two different things, money and power. If you have money, power is a byproduct. If you have power, then money is a byproduct. Now, it depends on where you are going to focus. So what happens is, for example, let's take Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, or Narayan Murthy, some of these people who were pioneers in their industry in India, like JD, Tata's, Birla, the big names, or even the new generation like the two brothers who did the Flipkart idea, the Zomato guy. So even the new generation, entrepreneurs and leaders. If you really sit down and talk to them, they never started with money in mind. They started with the ambition. They wanted to change the world. They wanted to do something much bigger than the normal, like you and me, we do 9 to 5 desk jobs, right? So then the money and power are byproduct of that passion. For me, money has always been a byproduct of how much I put my effort and how much I work. And if you look at it that way, then it stays as a tool, an additional tool in your life. Now, some people like politicians and all that, the reason they go after power is because that will get them money. And many people who you would say, we call them like crony capitalists, or, so people who go after money, then the power becomes a byproduct. So I personally think that they go hand in hand. It doesn't matter which one you get. The only thing is that, where do you focus? And the money does give you that freedom. Money, the first thing that will happen, and this is where if you, read or hear the stories about, the families and all that, the moment you get money, the families fall apart. Why do you think if you look at the Western countries and now even in India, you see as women are becoming more financially independent, divorce rates are going up. It's not because that, you know, the generation where women were more dependent on or single income families, I would say. It was not that the marriages were not in trouble at that time, but people would put up with all the BS happening in life because they're dependent. So that's, in a nutshell, I think, like the opening statement you made is very, very accurate, that money does not really change you. It simply unravels who you truly are.
Rajiv, since we are talking about this, we are talking about it accentuates who you are or gives that or exposes you in a sense. So I remember the story from mythology about Arjun
Mahabharat.
and
Yeah,
yes, from
yeah,
Mahabharat.
yeah,
Karan is known to be the biggest donor of all the times.
yeah,
Danveer was what he
yeah,
was known as.
yeah, yeah.
And Arjun went up to Krishna and said, I also make a lot of donations. Why Karan is taking all the fame? And he said, okay, I'll give you two mountains full of gold to both of you,
Mm,
and you'll see the result. So when it was given to both of them, Karan said, and people were there in queue. Karan said, take whatever you want to take. Arjun said, I will give whatever, I'll decide who'll get what.
oh, yeah,
And for Karan, that mountain did not end. For
matter.
Arjun,
Yeah. Mm.
mountain ended, and by end of the day, he was exhausted.
Because so that essentially signifies power, right? So Arjun wanted to
Control
control.
freak, yes.
Yes. So that's power, right? So that's what the power means. That I will tell everybody else how to live
Yeah, I'll
or what to
dictate.
do. Yeah. Dictate or whatever. Yes. But the main thing is, yes. So it depends on whether you are after power or after money. If you're after neither, that is, I think, the stage of enlightenment, which
फिर
yeah,
आप बुद्ध हो जाओगे, then you'll turn into
yeah.
Gautam
Then
Buddha.
then you will be enlightened Buddha or you know Lao Tzu or whichever people, right? Which we are not.
So same theory, Rajiv. When we talk about corporates, we talk about corporate social responsibilities, or if you take anyone, Birla, Tata, Azim Premji Foundation, Sparsh from uh,
Yeah, or yeah,
Infosys.
lot of all the Bill Gates,
So
Melinda and Gates and others, Jeff Bezos, all the rich people like even Warren Buffett, they scream at the top of the roof that they have philanthropic, you know, blood or whatever. So they claim that they are going to give away the wealth after they are dead.
After, yeah, the concept of dying with zero. However, the concept that I want to bring here is that are they genuinely doing that? Or is it just that they want that fame again and more money, more power,
Recognition
because
and fame, and yes.
and
So
more
my,
say in the
my opinion, people who are truly philanthropic, you will never hear about them.
that's not true.
So
That's
I'm no, I'm telling you. So my opinion, right? You may
Mhm.
disagree.
Mhm.
People who, claim at the top of the top of the roof that they are philanthropic, and they have other interior motives behind them. It may be fame, it may be power, it may be recognition, it may be whatever, right? So I remember this thing, and the other thing, actually, very interesting thing that at least what I have observed is people who are truly philanthropic, they will never amass that much of money. And the story that comes to my mind is that when I was in Bangalore, my mom used to have the knee pain, and we were trying to avoid knee surgery, and we would go to all these doctors and everything. So somebody told us about um, a very highly educated person, doctor, who had a clinic, and he would not charge anybody any money, especially the poor and all that. And he obviously, by the look of people, if let's say it is me or somebody, then he has a very very nominal fee to cover the expenses and also to cover the cost of doing it free for the poor. And I met that guy, and I was very impressed. And he was a genuine philanthropist. Why? He was living very simple life. He and his wife, and they, you know, you would not even know that the quality of medicine that he was giving and everything, how much effort he was putting in, without amassing the wealth that you would see any doctor, any third grade doctor would be earning 10 times, or no, I would say 100 times more than what he was doing. But he would refuse money. No, I try, I remember I told him, okay, how can I contribute to more than, what you're charging? He was charging, this is like almost 15 years ago. He's charging like 100 or 200 rupees and 50 rupees for the medicine. And that too, because he wanted to make sure that, the operational costs and other things are taken care of. So you will never hear about those stories because one, they never seek limelight, and they have not amassed wealth before they distribute. So if you have been after amassing wealth and then you suddenly wake up and you want to now be philanthropic because you have this guilt pangs, maybe I don't deserve it. People who have money, who believe that they are rightfully they earned it, will never have those guilt pangs. They will do philanthropy, but they'll be very, very, very silent about it. And there are many. I have seen many people. I have seen people who would write, literally, big checks, and they would say, "I don't want any receipt. I don't want any." It's an anonymous this thing. I have, you can do, internet search on. I was just reading about a few months ago. Actually, I was reading about a couple in the U.S. that is around 92, 93, and the guy was a billionaire, but he systematically gave away his wealth. The only When he turned 90, his target was that he will only have literally 2.5 million in his account to take care of the last 10, 15 years that he and his wife are living. Everything else he gave away. Everything else. That is philanthropy. You would not even, nobody even knows about his name. Not people like Bill Gates and Murthy's and many other people that every second day they are in a newspaper saying, "Oh, I have given so much of wealth." Now that I think they are such seeking attention, in my personal view.
Rajiv, here's the thing. Uh, Medicine is a noble profession, and they have a social debt that they have to give back to the society. What is
Who says?
what is difficult?
Who says that?
Yeah, I
Who
mean,
says?
okay, that's
Have
that's
you
in
looked
the
at the
air.
doctors? No, no.
No,
Have you looked at how much they fleece you? They will take advantage of your situation.
okay,
So don't give me that it's a noble profession. It is
okay, all
expected to
right.
be a noble
It
profession,
is
but they,
expected.
yes,
But what
yes,
is what
they
is
are not
difficult?
noble.
What is difficult? Or answer however way you want to answer it. What is difficult or what is easy? Giving away money or giving away services?
Giving away money or giving away.
Services like doctor not charging anyone or consultant not charging anyone or lawyer not charging that, okay, you cannot pay my fees, it's okay, I'll do it for nominal fees or free of cost for you because you cannot afford this. What is more difficult, getting away from that money, or because again if you become a doctor you
See, it
have
depends, it is,
worked
there is
really very
no,
hard.
yes. So it is, there is no general, I would not say one thing is easier versus the other. Why? Because it depends on you, me, everybody will have a different threshold to, this thing. Because here's another, angle to it. Let's say today, I, you know, say, okay, I will give my services away for free. Then there'll be so many people who are lined up, and those people who genuinely need my free service will maybe overshadowed by people who are just freeloaders. So it is very difficult to say one is better than the other because you know we don't know.
Now I'm talking
That
about
each individual will have
easy
to
or tough part.
decide. Yeah, each individual will have to decide what he or she prefers, and then how much, maybe you charge a little bit so that you don't get all the freeloaders, and so that you can focus on the genuine care that you want to give. So it is complicated. Human relationships, human situations, human mind is very, very complicated. I've tried my best to think in black and white terms, but there are very, very few things that can be black and white.
So, Rajiv, whatever we are talking, it's giving a very negative connotation about FU money. I want to flip to the positive side as well.
Mm.
Once people have it, they can always follow their passion.
Yes,
People are passionate about few things, and
yes,
I know
yes.
one of the teachers from my son's school. She used to read school at 6 a.m. School would start at
Mm,
8:30. Maybe for
mm,
teachers it was that they have to reach by 7:38.
mm,
She
mm,
would read
mm.
school at 6 a.m. and
Yeah,
she'll leave school by 6 p.m.
whatever. Yes, yeah,
She'll keep parents at 1 arm distance. I can manage my stuff. I don't need
yes.
your help. Because in US there are a lot of things
Yes,
there
so
where people
passionate.
are
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, classroom representatives and parents will go and help because every time
Mm,
it's like Valentine special, spring
mm.
special, summer special. So
Yeah,
every time
I
you'll
know. Yeah.
yeah. So I think she had enough that she can follow the passion of teaching. And if I tell you like we were outside the class, 20-25 kids, nobody squeaked a word. As a parent,
Huh,
we could not decide whether kids are outside or they're in the class.
huh,
End of the day, when kids are
huh,
cranky, they want to go
huh.
home, that's the time when the teacher is able to
Yes,
manage that
hold the
size of
class.
class.
Yeah, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
So
yeah.
only a passionate person can do that.
Yes,
Because if
yes,
you are irritated with kids, they'll also get irritated. Feelings are very
yes.
reflective.
Yeah, they reflect your behavior. Yes.
They reflect your behavior. So
Uh.
uh, it's not just that people will turn a
No,
maniac
no,
or
no,
mean
no.
or
I think the your opening statement was spot on.
yes.
That money will simply unravel who you truly are. If you're a very kind person, if you're a very genuine person, money simply gives you the freedom to be who you truly are. Lot of, and the problem is that in what we think we are, That's not truly who we are. And that's one of the things that we keep discussing up here, that you introspect and you will find. Here's a very simple thing. I actually, this is an exercise I keep giving myself is, and I keep reminding myself that you're sitting alone in your office or in your house or whatever, right? And suddenly you'll start thinking about something, and you become angry. There's nobody around you. You're sitting all by yourself, but you're angry. You're jealous. You have all these emotions. Now think about it. That means that you need to recognize that you have a lot of anger inside you. You have jealousy inside you. Now, what will happen is that today you are suppressing it because of many constraints, whether it's financial, whether it is codependence, whether it is emotional, whatever it is. But the moment you will get the FU money, those constraints will disappear. And what will be left is exactly who you are. And that's a very good example. If you are passionate about teaching children, you will be then wholeheartedly giving yourself to that passion. 100% agree. I think that's a very, very positive thing about. But the thing is, it is simply revealing who the person is. And going back to the original statement, I think, which is very, very true.
Rajiv, what will you do if you have that FU money? Like, you have FU money and then you have saved another $2 million on top of that. What will you do? Because I know goalposts keep changing, so I'm having that buffer as well.
Yeah,
What
you're
will...
adding the inflation buffer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have not thought about it yet, but
Mhm.
I think it will be very interesting to see what actually surfaces.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I what will I do? I may become a total jerk. Who knows? If that is what I truly am, I may be exactly the same. If this is what I truly am. I see this is the interesting aspect of the money or sudden wealth. You know, only then once you get into the situation, only then you will know who you truly are. Today whatever I say, will be what I think I am.
Yeah, it depends a lot by the time you may or may not have that kind of energy,
No,
that
it doesn't
passion
really
has to.
matter. No, it doesn't really matter. I personally think, having energy, not energy, all that, those are things that can be compensated. You can buy energy. You can buy the once you have so much of money, you can pump steroids into your body and become like, what
Yeah,
you
yeah,
think is
hire
20
a,
year old. But
yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
hire a nutritionist, hire a
whatever,
person who
you
can
can pump
transform
vitamins, you
you.
can pump all these, medicines, and you can start acting like a 20-year-old because maybe you have the desire in you. That's what I'm saying. I do not know. That is the
And
only honest answer I can give.
and you never thought about it that okay, maybe I'll do this, maybe I'll do that. That idea never crossed your mind. Maybe you'll finish
No,
the book that
I finished already. Yes, that was the target I had for the 2024. I finished, and it should be published this year. But yeah, but I, I,
all the
I
best.
don't know. I don't know. You see, the thing is that I can say, oh, I will travel the world. Okay, few things I can definitely tell you that I will always travel business class or maybe first class. That much I know. That much I can confirm.
Okay, as I think I
Yeah,
said,
yeah. Beyond that, I don't know.
good, good, and
So
good, good
yeah,
to
you
know.
see, the main thing is that it is not that you know it's not that I am looking to solve the world hunger either today or even if I have a lot of money. I believe in direct charity. I don't believe in writing checks to Red Cross because 90% of money they spend in bureaucracy and only 10% reaches the actual beneficiary. So I would rather not feed the bureaucrats. If I have to do charity, I will go directly to the person and give them the money, or you know, get them something what they need.
Well,
So now that is because I'm a very 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 small person. I don't have that what you're calling is FU money. But yeah, if I get $1 billion, who knows how I will behave? My attitude may change. You know,
well,
who knows?
good. Yeah, good food for thought. Do visit our website, thelielama.com, THELIELLAMA.com. Let us know what will you do with that
Yeah,
kind of
and how
money
much
if
money
you
you need?
how much money you need, and yes, a lot of calculations there, how old you are, how much money you need, and let us know if you want to come on our show. We'll be more than happy to host you. Rajiv, closing lines from your side.
Well, I'm reminded of a very interesting statement by Woody Allen. If people don't know, he's comedian slash director, and I like his comic style. So he once made a very interesting statement around, I think the statement was related to that do you believe in God or something? But the statement was very interesting. He said, if only God would give me a very clear sign, like making a big deposit in my name in Swiss bank, right? So, I think I
Yeah.
want that clear sign from God.
And since
So
when you started
once I
believing
have
in and
once I have that a few money, then I will let who I truly am.
since when you started believing in God, Rajiv?
I don't believe it. That's why I'm saying, please give me a clear sign. Make me believe.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you, Rajiv.
Thank you.